To the afternoon show. Right now, I'm going to show off how I make my homemade onion soup. Hold one moment. Okay, right here. These are Vidalia onions. I picked these up at Adams on 44 in Poughkeepsie. Um, there are about 3 more onions in here that I already used when I made my delicious burgers. They really came out amazing. And I actually made a big pan of that, and I have them frozen because I separated because, well, I'm home alone. I live alone, and well, I don't buy prepared foods. I don't spend my money in restaurants unless I know the business. Yeah. Uh, so what I do here, I soak the onions. I usually soak them overnight, or yeah, I could soak these overnight. They're not, they're still good. And then you see the natural. I gotta put the lights on. Hold on one second. God, isn't that a beautiful color? Look at that gorgeous color. It's amber. It's so pretty. I love the colors of food. Natural colors are so stunning to me. Oh no, what happened? Oh, okay, somebody liked it. Yeah, so I soaked them, and I probably soaked them overnight, and then after that, then I strain them, and then I boil them. But what I do is I keep the skins on because the skins actually maintain. All right, here's how it goes. The oxidation of the onion skin, all right, um, when you keep it on and when you boil the onions to make a soup or a broth, whatever, or bruschetta, um, when you leave the skins on it caramelizes. It just gives it more of the natural caramel color. That's what I have become aware of. Maybe it's just my eyes, because I do have some issues with my eyes as far as the chronic dry eye, but, and my colors are slightly off. Oh, the almonds, oh my God. How did I survive? Anyway, so yeah, I keep them, I'll soak them overnight, and then I boil them. I rinse them off, and then I boil them, and then, like I said, I keep the skins on, and then as they cook down, then I take them out, I scoop them out. I have, like, these little gadgets, kitchen stuff like this here. My other bigger spoon, and, then I'll put them onto a plate, and then just take the skins off. But the color is so phenomenal. But like I said, I've only seen the colors stay really, really with that beautiful natural caramel color when I keep the skins on. Because then if you take the skins off, the color. Okay, I have another batch of onion soup that I made. I'm gonna actually have that tonight. See? This is onion soup that I made. You see? And with this, when I boil them, I took the skins off. So with these, I'll just keep the skins on. And this I'm going to put over some grits, because I eat my grits. I eat my grits, that's right. Me and my grits are very good friends. Yeah, so there's that right there. there's that right there. I got all this other stuff here that I gotta get coordinated. I'm doing, I'm going along slowly, slow but steady. That's a tin from when we went into Harrods. Tea, tea and crumpets were the only thing that was in our budget. If anybody knows Harrods, you know what I'm talking about. A very exclusive, a very shishi exclusive store. That if you're not a big willy, you ain't gonna be too chilly. You're gonna be no matter. You're gonna be very chilly in there because you ain't gonna be able to afford jack a shittle. That's for real. Big money. But anyway, it was the tea that I bought. I just purchased the tea. I had no other desire. So I bought this tea and I bought some tea. Hold on a second. Because I'm in the middle of doing stuff right here. And I got these things out. And well, my case. Yeah, so this is a gorgeous tin. All right, very artfully crafted, very colorful. Yeah, very, very nice. However, as we all know the history, anybody who knows the history, okay, real true life historians, you're well aware of the history of this establishment. Yeah, 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 Yep. Anyway, aesthetics, people. It's when things are made when things are made to look shiny and bright, so that everything looks right. That's what that represents. But the tea itself is phenomenal. But instead of, it all goes back. It all goes back to politics. It all goes back to politics and race. It's always about race, people. You better freaking believe it. Because they claim that, this outfit here, they claim that it's, it is from Sri Lanka. The tea leaves do come from Sri Lanka. But anyway, that's a whole other gamut with all the other stuff that goes on. But, yes, I can't wait to make my onion soup. I was taking apart a piece of furniture because it has hardy board behind it, and I'm going to use the hardy board for the project because, well, if you use stuff that you already have, if you're doing anything, you don't have to buy anything new, so because we are actually in a depression right now, but people are in denial about this depression. We're actually in a depression, people. Excuse my eyes. I have a lot of mucus in my eyes, so my eyes look glary. That's why. I have a procedure that I do. I have to pour the liquid on. And now with all this humidity in the air, well, any one of us who have allergies, you know that you're gonna have some discomfort. You're gonna have some discomfort because of the humidity. Like I said, people, when you hear the crickets during the day, that means clouds and thunder are on their way. Just think of it like that way. Think of it like a mnemonic. Crickets, right? Crickets, clouds, thunder on their way. Yeah. But, so, I know I've entertained people with my actual true event stories, but I'm going to talk about my father and his life, what happened to my father. I have to rewind it. My grandmother had my father. She was only 16 years old. She developed non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, all right, when he was only 5 years of age. He then had to be placed into foster care. While he was in foster care, my grandmother was terminal, She was terminal. Her health was ailing. She was only 48 when she died. She was bedridden from the Hodgkin's lymphoma. Hold on 1 second. I have to clean my eyes. My eyes! My eyes! I can't see! I have to do this here. I got way too much stuff going on here at the kitchen. I don't even want to show off my sink because I'll get yelled at. I'll hear my mother yelling, "What are you doing?" Dishes. I've been doing so much here. I'm going to get to all the dishes. Sorry, Mom. See these things that stay in our head that we never forget? Never. You never forget the things that you learn. Anyway, I was talking about my father. So my father had to go into foster care. While he was in foster care, well, we all know the history of what foster care is about. All right, so he was abused. I'm sure he was abused severely, being a black child, a black man, a light-skinned, high-yellow, black mulatto, and he grew into being a big man. So you grow up like that, and you're exposed to a lot of segregation. You're exposed to a lot of deprivation. You're exposed to a lot of deprivation, you know. You see how the world operates, and you see how the manipulation of society takes effect, and how the manipulation of society grabs onto people, always the low income, always the minority people, and they keep them at a certain distance, and the distance that they keep them from is the distance of prosperity. They distance them from prosperity. They want to throw little bones out, like little tidbits. All right, that's what they do. That's what they do, and that's what they've been doing. So with that, my father, having been in the foster system, that then resulted in him becoming an aggressive man. All right, because when you grow up in an environment where you're taunted with and you're fucked with, and then you have to defend yourself so you can, defend yourself, and people want to f with you. He ended up in a reformatory school. But this is a cycle and a pattern that is nothing new. See, what I'm speaking upon is not of a new scenario. Like his story didn't create this. His story is not the first. He's not the person who wrote, the schematic. This has been going on for years and years. Hold on, everybody. So, you have to see what I have here. I'm going to show everybody. MacGyver. This is a bar stool. Habitat. $5. Yeah, $5. This is a door from a cabinet that I bought from Habitat for like $25. This cabinet was actually solid wood. Yep. Hold on. We'll turn this up. Oh God. Allergies are brutal. Hello everyone. Hello. Who's ever real? Who's ever real? Who's on? Who's ever real and who's on? Oh, sorry. I don't want to show Ben. I don't want to get a copyright infraction. Ben, sorry. The Mycellus crew. The Mycellus boys! Telling the truth, speaking on the truth. And secular talk. And Roland's the jam. He's got him Dr. Ritchie, Dr. Ritchie, Dr. Rashid Ritchie, Dr. Rashid Ritchie, all spot on. Anyway, so my father having been in that situation of abuse, reformatory school, well, he ended up in the streets, right? And well, the streets for anybody is not a good place. The streets for a black person, a brown, a minority, the color line is black and white. The color line is black and white. Puerto Ricans get lumped up as Puerto Ricans. Blacks get lumped up as blacks. When I say lumped up, I mean no disrespect. It's just how this is how the world works. This is how society works. So he was with the blacks, and grew up in that environment. So when you learn the hustle and flow, when you're in a reformatory school and you see the shit that goes on, well, then that then becomes you bring that to the streets. So what happened? My grandmother died. Fast forward now, my grandmother, she died. She was only 48 years old. She died 1 year after my father was poo-pooed 16 times in the back. Natural causes. So they tried until they changed it. The ME changed it. It was a whole big thing. It's a whole big story. It's part of my book. Yeah, well, this is the reality, and there's nothing you could say nor nothing you can do about it. So, yeah, the evidence is there. The documentation is there. So there you go. What are you going to do? You're going to come and sue me? Feel free. Feel free. Honestly, feel free. Go right ahead. So yeah, this is what happens. This is how our society is created. It's created to keep people that are in the lower income, that are of the minority races, to keep people low. Okay? To keep people low and to keep them behind and keep families broken up. So then you hypocrites can go and pop off and say, "Oh, I love the broken families." How many Caucasian broken families are there? Right? See, now, like I said, being white, I'm going to bring it forward. Being white aligned with my husband's, my husband Mark, KKK white. Peter was mixed with Mexican, but he was white aligned to his family. Being in places up here where a business, my husband had to get glasses, so he went to this one place. Somebody from the union said, "Oh, check out this guy." So we're in the place, spewing off this guy, the owner of this optical place. Spewing everything. And I'm just sitting there. Not just standing because I'm like, "Oh, what a freaking loser." But this is the sense of entitlement that you have, that you continue to have, and that you continue to project, is also inclusive with how governing and how policy goes, So once that is no longer the dominant factor in our society, then people will be able to be better and get along better. It's like, this is what they do in politics. These people, they get into these elected positions, and then it's like, if you don't like somebody, like say somebody in high school or elementary school, so then you tell your friends to not like them also. Yeah. So imagine that mindset when these are people that are providing services. Yeah. So this is what we're dealing with now with the Donald, right? He's doing what he likes for his club, his members. And for the members that he doesn't like, well, then there's going to be all kinds of problems, right, Donald? Oh my gosh. Yeah. So And these are the people who have access to funding. Right, right. You see how it all goes together, you know. It's like if you look at a garment that you're wearing, it's woven together, right? Even polyester, they interlock, right? When they interlock for no good, that's when they gotta go. And they've been interlocking for no good. They have to go. So, okay. Midterm elections are coming up, people. Midterm elections are coming up. Get out there, exercise your right to vote. So, the Freak Shenanigans show that we're currently, unfortunately, viewing, so that show can be canceled, okay? And we start with the midterm elections. Have a good one, everybody. Stay safe, stay well, stay hydrated, do the right thing by people, don't be a dirtbag. Peace out.